My name is Mike Tachney, and my wife Dawn and I have lived in the Noreen area for 8 years. We have 3 children, Brandon 30, Nicole 29, Stephanie 27, 2 grandchildren, 1 on the way, and we're in the Rick Miller Gospel Community Group. Becoming part of a gospel community group has grown our family exponentially. When we first started coming to the journey, we thought our family was complete. We had found a home and a great family church, family-oriented church. We thought our life was complete. And then we got involved with a gospel community group, and it changed everything. We developed relationships and family. We're there for each other in hard times, in great times. It completely changed who my wife and I are and our walk with Christ. It's an amazing thing. Becoming part of a gospel community group changed how we think. It completely changed how I managed my time. Being we're self-employed, I really thought that we didn't have time for a gospel community group. Now the things that were important to me no longer are important. Sundays was NASCAR day. Well, now Sunday is going to church and worshiping, and then planning for our gospel community group that evening. And we look forward to it incredibly. And from there, it went even further. Now we volunteer at the church, and we want to be involved. And it was through the gospel community group that this stemmed. When we first started coming to the journey, it was an amazing change in our life. And as we got more involved in the church through the gospel community group, because without the gospel community group, we weren't involved. We didn't get involved. And once we did, it started to grow, and our hearts started to grow. And not only within the church, but outside of the church. The way we looked at life, the way we looked at people in need, the way we looked at the community, everything changed. As the group grew, as we grew in the group, in the family, our church family grew, our hearts grew, and I didn't think we could get to another level in even our marriage or our walk with Christ. And we're in an amazing place. The church is an amazing place, and our gospel community group, I credit them with it. Without them, I don't think we could have gotten to where we are today. Being in a gospel community group has allowed us, my wife and I, to examine where we are in our life and what we have and how blessed we are. And through the group, we have been able to help others, not only with daily needs, with things that we would give, or we'd have somebody on the street needing something. We used to question, I wonder if they really need that money, or are they just trying to get one over on you. That thought process is completely gone. We're very, very blessed, and we're very blessed in this group, and we're there to aid and assist anybody who needs it. This last year, we were able to help a family who had no heat and air, and I was so convicted about this when I got home and it was cold out, and I walk into my warm house, and here we have a family who doesn't have heat, and I knew we had to do something. And when it was brought to our group, there wasn't even a question. Not a question. We decided no matter what it took, we were going to help this family out. And that's extended out into the community also. We're just so very blessed to have this group that, we all think the same way. I was in no way looking to join a gospel community group. I was approached more than one time, asked to get in a group, and I always had an excuse. We were busy, or there was always an excuse. And I even started to avoid the individual who was asking. And some further prompting came from Pastor Eric, and he had invited us to get into a group, and we relinquished and got in the group. But my biggest fear was, and one of the reasons I avoided it was, I was afraid that maybe they would ask me to pray out loud, or to read out loud, or ask me a question I might not know the answer to. And I was terrified. And every bit of this was unfounded. When we joined that group, one of the first things they did is ask us who we are, where did we come from, and where we're at. And we all shared where we were at, in our life and with Christ. And the most amazing thing was, it was a safe zone. It was a place where I didn't have to worry about those things. But the group leader would ask, would anybody like to give the blessing? And for the first 6 months or year, I avoided it. But now, after being with this group and watching them and growing with them, it's not a problem. Matter of fact, I rather enjoy asking the blessing or at the closing prayer before we leave. So the Gospel Community Group is a safe place, and it's there to help you grow in your relationship with them there, the people in your group, and it's there to grow your relationship in Christ. It's just an amazing, amazing place.